Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 192 of Tech It Out. Hope you're having a great mid-April weekend so far, wherever you're listening to this show in the country, on your local radio station, or maybe in podcast form. Either way, thank you for tuning in. I trust that you and yours are staying healthy, maybe you're vaccinated, and optimistic about everything. We have a stellar Tech It Out plan for you this hour, if I may say so myself. In a moment from now, we're going to chat about gadgets for a connected family with tech expert Carley Knobloch. And talk about staying connected, she's going to include those Alexa-powered smart glasses that you may have heard about. Super cool. After that, and speaking of smart, we're going to learn about a device in your home that can detect movement and make adjustments on the fly to your thermostat, to your lighting, your TV, and so on, all automatically, and the benefits for allowing this device to handle all of that. Interestingly, there's no camera. It's using radar. Also, we'll talk green tech this hour with expert Amber Mack ahead of Earth Day next Thursday, April the 22nd, and Pinterest will stop by on Tech It Out to talk about social media, positivity, and creativity. All of this and more on an all-new Tech It Out, powered by ASUS, which I'll tell you more about shortly, but let's officially kick off the show with our first interview. Let's face it, it's so important for families to stay connected, especially these days. And fortunately, technology can help. And so our next guest is tech lifestyle expert Carley Knobloch, who's here with some smart ideas for parents. Hey Carley, how you keeping? Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always fun to be on your show, and I partnered with some really great brands today that I think will make even the least tech-savvy parent feel a little bit smarter and more connected, like you said.
Perfect. So with that in mind, why don't we start with a couple of helpful devices for busy families?
Yeah, busy families are taking a lot of photos and videos. So I've got here the GoPro Hero 9 Black. It's the best camera for capturing it all. It's got a front-facing display, which is kind of a cool feature. It's perfect for taking selfies and making sure everyone's properly framed in the shot, even mom. My favorite feature, though, is this really magical one called the hindsight tool. It allows you to capture 30 seconds of video from before you hit record. So it basically means you're never going to miss an important moment because you get 30 seconds before you even hit record. And then you can use GoPro's Quick app to easily upload and organize and share everything to social media. So it's really become beyond just sort of being for the sports enthusiast or the adventurer. It's becoming something that's really could be helpful for sports games and just birthday parties and all kinds of things.
It's amazing how small the Hero 9 Black is. And as you said, it's not just an action cam anymore. It's really a lifestyle device. Love that you can use that Quick app on your phone to edit that footage after the fact. And that's QUIK for those listening. I recently wrote about it as a way to create a sentimental slideshow over Valentine's Day is how I covered it back in February. It's such a great app, even if you're not tech savvy.
Absolutely. And I actually have a little bundle here with the cutest little tripod that just folds up into almost nothing. And the bundle of the camera and the tripod together are $3.99. And then the Quick app has some limited features that are free, and then full access to all the features is a $9.99 annual subscription. So really affordable. And like you said, it just makes it so much easier to sort of view what you've shot, edit on the go, upload to social. Everything's, really connected, makes it really easy.
Awesome. All right. So again, that's the GoPro Hero 9 Black as well as the Quick app. And let's say you capture some photos on that GoPro. You have a printer that won't break the bank. Yes,
absolutely. I mean, we are all looking for a more cost-effective way to print all the things that families need, the photos and all the other things. This is a really interesting idea. It's from Epson. It's called the EcoTank ET4760 All-in-One Cartridge-Free Super Tank Printer. Longest name, but really, really exciting product because in the box is up to 2 years of ink. So you can literally print thousands of pages before you run out. It's also wireless and voice activated, so it makes it super easy to print recipes or schedules, homework, those permission slips. from any device wherever you are. And then when it is time to replace the ink, you can save up to 90% with these low-cost ink bottles instead of pricier cartridges. The printer with all of this ink that comes in the box is $4.99, and these bottles are huge, and they sort of, look a little bit more like, bath products as opposed to these little flat cartridges that you can't really see what's going on in them, and they run out quickly, and you've got to keep replacing them, and it gets really expensive. So these bottles are really cost-effective and an eco-friendly way to kind of, have a lot of ink and need to replace it a lot less.
Yeah, I swear by the Epson EcoTank family. I've got one right behind me in my home office. And I used to cringe when my daughter Maya wanted to print a ton of photos for fun or something for school. And then now it's a thing of the past. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. It takes literally up to 2 years for you to run out of ink. And then, as you mentioned, they're inexpensive bottles, not pricey cartridges that yield another up to 2 years worth of ink for both black and color ink as well, which is fantastic. Again, that's the EcoTank ET4760 Super Tank printer. Now, I understand you also have some smart tech products to make our lives easier as well.
Yeah, I do, and things that kind of like help you, especially when you're on the go. So first, the Echo Frames. They are smart glasses, but they have open ear audio in right by your ear, designed to really help you save time, so you can focus on what matters most. You're out, you're running around, and if you're wearing these glasses, you can hear phone notifications. You can also ask Alexa to listen to podcasts or music or audiobooks. You can also make phone calls, add to your to-do list, control your smart home, and set reminders, and it's all while it's hands-free. They're really comfy and lightweight, too, so you can wear them all day. They're really attractive. Also, they come in 3 stylish colors, but they just look like regular glasses. You can actually put prescription lenses in them if you need those things. But you're basically getting, again, open ear audio, so you can hear the world around you, traffic. You don't have things in your ears, but it's directing the audio right to your ear, so that people can't really hear what you're hearing, but you can hear it quite well as hearing the rest of the world around you. So they're $249, and they're really, really attractive. And then they have all these incredible features that can kind of help you while you're running around. Now,
while you're running around, you probably don't have Wi-Fi like on your street. So does it pair with your phone? Because I understand they need to be connected to the internet for you to access Alexa. Is that how it works? Is that it's using your phone's data?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Connecting by Bluetooth. It's connected to your iPhone or your Android, and you're basically leveraging all of the Alexa features and getting notifications and things like that all in your ears. But yeah, it's connected to your phone, absolutely.
Very cool. We're chatting about the connected family with tech expert Carley Knobloch, who's here with some smart ideas. So we're walking outside with our Echo Frames and now going back inside. And I understand you have an accessory from Wacom to use with your computer.
Yeah, it's a pen tablet that's Mac, PC, and now Chromebook compatible. It's called the One by Wacom. It allows you to draw just like you would on a digital whiteboard at school, but from home. So it's a little tablet with a pen, and it works with Chromebook certified now. So it's really easy to connect to your Chromebook. Teachers and students alike can use natural handwriting for note-taking, solving math problems, drawing diagrams. It makes it really easy to share and collaborate just like you would in the classroom. And it's $59. So, really great price. Helps kids too with ergonomics because you can kind of lean back in your chair, use it like you would on a notebook and a pen, and it's very stylish and small and connects. It doesn't even really need a driver to download. You just connect it and it's good to go by Bluetooth.
All right. Again, the company is Wacom. I know they have some awesome products at Wacom.com. Why don't we end off on some smart lighting?
Yeah. If your mom loves podcasts or listens to books on tape or likes rocking out to Spotify like I do, she's definitely going to want to know about the GE LED Plus speaker bulbs, because now your audio speaker can actually be in your light bulb. You can install them as easy as screwing in a light bulb, and then you connect them via Bluetooth, of course. And then once you have one connected, you can sync up to 10 bulbs in your home to create a wire-free, really high-quality surround sound system. And it's all in the ceiling or in a lamp. And so those are $27.99 each. They're really beautiful. They just look like a light bulb, but they have a speaker built into the top of the glass. It's kind of spectacular. And a great space saver, too, because now you don't have to have speakers or any kind of portable device on the counter. Everything's all in the ceiling.
That's amazing. So it's a light and a speaker in one. How much is that?
It's $27.99.
And then, Carley, where could we go for more info, including a video of you walking through all of these products?
Yes, for more information, you can go to techformoms.com, but it's for dads, too, of course. And, I hope you liked all these.
Awesome. Techformoms.com. Carley, great chatting with you. Have a fantastic spring. Stay healthy.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks so much.
You're listening to Tech It Out. I'm your host, Mark Saltzman. This show is powered by ASUS. For those in search of incredible, ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops and desktops, monitors, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. When we return on the program, we're going to talk with a company called Xandar Kardian about the XK300 radar device for your home and what it does. Really cool stuff. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Smart home tech is super hot right now, as you likely know. And we're now going to learn about a new smart sensor that you can install in your home that can do some pretty cool things without you having to do much on your end after it's installed. Joining us to chat about its convenience, safety, and cost savings tied to the XK300 sensor is Sam Yang, co-founder of the brand Xandar Kardian. Welcome to the show, Sam. Good to chat with you.
Yes. Hi, Mark. Thanks for inviting me to the show.
Sure. So before we talk about the XK300, this product, tell us a bit about the company, Xandar Kardian.
Yeah, so Xandar Kardian, we're all about radar technology. Radar, in essence, is a very safe, low-power signal that gets emitted around the room, and we're able to collect micro-vibration patterns from it. So if you think about it, for example, breathing, your chest is moving up and down from the inside the body, your heart is pumping blood. So there's motion coming from the body. So our company, it's all about that type of data analysis. And we've been doing this for about 10 years, believe it or not. The company's been incorporated 3.5 years ago, but our engineering team has been working on this for a very long time.
Okay, so this isn't a camera that can be watching you. This is a sensor that uses radar technology, which isn't new, but it is being used now in homes, and we're going to also learn about some other applications for it, like in long-term care facilities and whatnot. So with that in mind, talk to us about what's called the XK300 and what makes it unique compared to other smart home products.
Right, so no camera, no microphone, nothing that we can use to identify anyone. What we're basically doing, again, is we send out signals that are about 40 times less power than a home Wi-Fi router. So it is absolutely safe. Sometimes whenever we use the word radar, people think we're radiating someone or, like a military Doppler radar. It's absolutely safe.
Okay.
And it's, again, what we're doing is, so people make large motions. So we call that macro body motion. We use that information to be able to count how many people there are in a given space. But also when you're still, you're breathing, your heart is moving, so we pick up those signatures. So it's all about frequency isolating the vibrations and then saying that is your breathing pattern, and then this motion here is your heart pattern, heart pumping pattern. So we have various applications, such as presence detection using your vital sign, or vital sign detection, very, very accurate. So we're, in fact, plus minus 1 breath per minute accurate compared to a medical mask, as well as plus minus 4 BPM for heart rate. So there are so many applications when you think about it for homes. The ability to sense your large motion and your vibration motion as well, including your breathing, can allow us to determine if you're awake or sleeping. In an example where let's say you're watching TV in a couch, and you fall asleep. Now, you may have the air conditioning in full blast, very cold air, TV's on, lights on. Our sensor can basically determine that you're sleeping and turn down or off the air conditioner or even the lights and the TV. So you're saving energy while being more comfortable.
All right, so that goes back to the cost savings that I hinted at. So instead of you having to manually turn the lights off, it does it automatically when it detects what it thinks is this person asleep on the couch and then turns off the TV. And so would you say that that's sort of the unique properties of your solution, the XK300, compared to other sensors out there that are integrated into a smart home? There's no camera, there's no microphone.
Yeah.
So people like the privacy aspect?
I think most smart home sensors out there are equipped with a PIR motion sensor. So it's like this hazy looking, round, circular looking device. Those only work by getting triggered. They're not really sensing. What I mean by that is that I think we all have the experience of having to wave our arms in a bathroom or in an office space where the light goes off.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's because it's not being triggered within a period of time. So 15 minutes, 30 minutes, it depends on where you are. So if you don't move, if you don't make a large body motion, then it's going to just assume that you're not there and turn off the power. That causes a lot of discomfort. So a lot of people, or even hotels and offices, they either don't use it or they time it so that after an hour it turns off. They're wasting a lot of energy. It's a balance between comfort and energy saving. Whereas our sensor, as long as you're there, you're breathing, we know, so it will never turn off, even though you're completely still. And when you do leave, we would know for sure within 15 seconds and turn off to give you maximum energy saving.
Now, an obvious question, Sam. We're chatting with Sam Yang, co-founder of the brand Xandar Kardian, the makers of the XK300 radar sensor. The obvious question, I guess, Sam, is that if it can detect vital signs, i.e. your chest moving and you're breathing, and because there's blood flowing and all that, if you stop breathing, is there a medical element to this solution whereby if it detects someone stops breathing, that maybe you put this in an elderly relative's home or someone who is ill, that it could immediately notify caregivers?
Well, before you stop breathing, our sensor is able to do something even more important, which is detect for early deterioration and especially focus on shortness of breath.
Right.
So when the pandemic started happening, your ticket to the hospital was to see do you have shortness of breath. Your body is giving you a lot of hints hours in advance.
This all sounds great. So, Sam, as we wrap up, how much does it cost? Again, it's called the XK300.
Right. Our device, it ranges a little bit based on the solution, but you can expect the price to be under $200.
Okay.
The place where you can find more information is our website, www.xkcorp.com, so xkcorp.com.
Good to chat with you. All the best. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mark.
Again, it's xkcorp.com. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, everyone. This show is powered by ASUS, the company that creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. Check out its line of ZenBooks and VivoBooks, Expert Books, and Chromebooks at asus.com/US/radio. Whether it's for work, school, or play, check out its family of laptops at asus.com. Earth Day is coming up on April 22nd, so who better to bring on the show than tech expert Amber Mack with some green tech tips, some recommendations for sustainable and smart products for your home to help you save water, conserve energy, and manage waste. Welcome back to the program, Amber. How's your spring so far?
It is good. Thanks so much for having me on.
It's always a pleasure. All right, so Thursday, April 22nd is Earth Day. So why don't we start with saving water and energy with a new 2-in-1 appliance for the home?
Yeah, so this is a really cool 2-in-1. It's for the laundry room, and it's called the LG Wash Tower. Now, Mark, this is pretty cool from a tech tech standpoint, it has artificial intelligence baked in. So basically it will sense your load size as well as fabric softness. And so it selects the right wash motions and cycle time. So the idea is that you are able to save energy. It does the same thing with the sensor dry system in terms of optimizing the dryer time. So you're not drying for any longer than you need. So on average, it uses about 25% less energy and 33% less water than traditional models. So pretty cool product for the laundry room. And again, when it comes to saving water and energy, it's a great fit for anyone who has this top of mind.
And it looks like a stacked unit, a washer on top of a dryer, but it is in fact one unit. And it's about, if I'm not mistaken, 3 inches smaller than a traditional unit, yet the drum size is the same. So if you live in a small condo or you have a small laundry room, this takes up less space, but gives you a comparable load size. And I love how it texts you when the load is done. So I think it's really smart. Again, that's called the LG Wash Tower. Next up is tech for the bathroom with a way to save water when you shower, I understand.
Yeah, so we just redid our basement bathroom, and it was like something out of a 1970s horror show before we actually touched it. And we installed this in the shower. So it's from a company called Groa, and it's a smart control. So the idea is that you can select your shower spray and adjust the water volume. So that's how much water that is coming out at the push of a button. It also allows you to heat up the water in a fraction of a second. So this is really important. Because I know for a lot of homes, you're running the water to heat up the water, and that, of course, can be very wasteful. So a lot of technology built into the shower. And, for us, it just makes perfect sense to start thinking about being green in the home, but also products that will last a long time as well.
All right. Groa, smart control, as Grohe. So from the laundry room and the bathroom now to the kitchen, let's talk high-tech faucets and also handling food waste.
Yeah. So next up, we're talking about another product from Groa called the Lady Luxe L2 Kitchen Faucet. So this uses about 50% less water when you're washing dishes, but still really, really powerful. Another thing that I love is that it uses touch technology. So if your hands are dirty, instead of just letting the water continue to run, you can use the back of your hand to turn it off, or your arm. Again, another water-saving feature. Also in the kitchen, Mark, just as you mentioned, for food waste, I love this, and I just used it the other day. It's the Vitamix Food Cycler FC50. And basically it lets you take all that waste in your home, your scraps like vegetable peels and dairy and chicken bones, you put it into the food cycler, it breaks it down to about 1/10 of its original volume, and it turns it into nutrient-rich fertilizer that you can use as garden soil. So super techy and wonderful, again, to reduce food waste.
And that's perfect for spring as well. Love that. That's a great idea. So that's from Vitamix. And that's just like a small countertop appliance, right?
Yeah, so it's very compact, so you can easily fit it in your on a counter or under a sink. But again, a lot of people are wasting a lot of food, and this is another issue that we face right now when it comes to the climate crisis that we're in right now. So I love this idea that they've made it easy at home to be able to manage your food waste.
Awesome. We are chatting with Amber Mack, celebrated tech expert, and we've got her on the line to chat with us about green tech, some recommendations for sustainable and smart products for your home. We're still in the kitchen. We've talked about a smart touch-enabled faucet, the food cycler. Also, as much as I love my coffee, I often read articles that they slam these companies that make these disposable pods because of the environmental concerns. But Nespresso has recyclable capsules, right?
Yeah, so they're fully recyclable, and I've learned a lot about this as well. So this is part of their Nespresso Virtuo system. And the idea is that these capsules, they are made of aluminum, and this is different than what you see out there in the marketplace because it is infinitely recyclable. So the idea is that you take these capsules, you can put them in a little bag depending on where you live, and they can be turned into other objects. So the idea is that you're able to recycle these actual capsules super efficiently. And again, I think you're right. That's what a lot of people are thinking about. I don't know about you, Mark, but during the pandemic, I've been drinking a lot of coffee. So I love that I can just make a regular cup of coffee in this machine. And then I know, and I have that peace of mind that I can recycle the capsules as well.
Yeah. So my wife, Kelly, does this. We have one of those Nespresso machines, and we get a red bag with each order that we place. And then once that bag is filled up with the emptied capsules, I think you just put it in a mailbox, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly. So depending on where you're listening to this, you can go over to their website and it will tell you the different recycling solutions. So they make it really, really simple. And again, I just love this idea. I love that more of these companies are thinking about the environment and thinking of ways that they can be sustainable.
Why don't we end off on thermostats that can help make adjustments on the fly to save you some energy?
Yeah, so the Google Nest Learning Thermostat, this is a smart thermostat that has been around for a while. They're always doing new and improved things. With this thermostat, wanted to mention that one of the things I didn't realize is that it can save a homeowner an average of 10 to 12% on heating bills and about 15% on cooling bills. So in about 2 years, you can pay for this smart thermostat. And that's something I've been thinking more about with some of this technology is that, yes, of course, you have to pay for all of the tech, but what are the long-term energy savings and water savings? And they can be substantial for the average homeowner, which is why a lot of this makes sense.
Yeah, so it's good for the environment and your wallet. I like that. Again, that's the Google Nest Learning Thermostat that can make adjustments, whether you do it manually through your voice with a smart speaker, through the app, or you kind of set it and forget it, and it learns your behavior over time, which is really cool. Amber, it's always great chatting with you, and I know you're a big fan of green tech, so it's an extra pleasure to have you on to talk about something you're super passionate about. So thanks for your time, and enjoy the rest of your spring. Stay healthy.
All right, thanks so much for having me, Mark.
Head over to ambermac.com to learn more about our last guest. When we return, we're going to catch up with Pinterest. Stick with us.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Check it out. Hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out. Chances are you spend a lot of time on social media, but it's no secret some platforms can be more negative or even toxic than others. Pinterest, on the other hand, prides itself in being more helpful and inspirational and a great outlet for creativity, whether it's tied to recipe sharing or home ideas, style inspiration, and a lot more. Joining us to chat about Pinterest creators is Colleen Stoffer. She's the global head of creator marketing at Pinterest. Welcome, Colleen. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mark. It's so good to be with you here today.
Before we talk about Pinterest creators and an event that you hosted last week, please talk to us about what Pinterest is all about for those who maybe haven't spent a lot of time on the platform.
Yes, absolutely. So, Pinterest has always been known for inspiration, right? And people need inspiration more than ever before, right? And as we talk about inspiration, we always also talk about turning that inspiration into action. So we have more than 450 million pinners that come to the platform every single month, finding, inspiration for things, whether to make those dreams a reality. So whether that's a daily meal or to plan a home design or a future trip, which I know hopefully we'll all be traveling again. Pinners come to the platform to plan their dreams and then make those dreams a reality. And creators are such a huge part of that planning because their ideas are the inspiration to pinners.
Okay, got it. So anecdotally, we recently had a Passover dinner, Seder, and it was a much smaller group because of the pandemic. And my wife went to Pinterest, I guess as a pinner, not a creator. And every single dish she made was from Pinterest. So from the appetizers to the main course to the desserts and sides, all was inspired by creators who shared their recipes. And then my wife chose the one she liked, and it was a huge success. So I just thought I'd share that with you.
She sounds like she's a power pinner.
Power pinner. I like that. I love the alliteration.
The exact way that we would hope she uses it. And so now hopefully she's following those creators that she got the recipes from for the next holiday or even, tonight's meal.
And with that in mind, how would you say Pinterest differs from other, say, photo-centric social platforms like Instagram? Is it more tied to that creativity and inspiration?
Yeah, exactly. So Pinterest is about future planning, right? So you come on Pinterest because you have a question or you're looking for a solution or you want to do something in your life versus other platforms, you're usually looking at what your friends did in the past or what they're currently doing. And so Pinterest is that media and platform for you and what you want to plan and what you want to go do or make or buy. And so that's really the difference between, our platform and other platforms.
Yeah, fair. Thank you for that. Now, I know there's always exceptions, but who would you say is Pinterest's key demographic? Would you say it's women, for example, between a certain age, like 25 to 54?
Yeah, so, one of our most popular demographics is women, 25 to 54. But in the last...
That was a guess, by the way, so I'm glad I was right.
You were right. That was a good guess.
Sorry to cut you off. Please go.
Maybe you asked your wife.
There you go. And she does fall in that category.
That's amazing. Yes. Mm-hmm. And so, but what's been really interesting is, in the last year, we've seen a huge growth in Gen Z and men, which is a growing community for us, of course. And Gen Z users, so that's under the age of 25, they grew twice as fast in the US, and they continue to be our fastest growing audience. So it's been really interesting to see how they use the platform as they're, transitioning to new jobs, their new lives, new cities, new independence, and using it for those major life moments. And they're coming to discover on our platform. So that's been an exciting evolution and welcoming a new audience to Pinterest.
One of my twins, Maya, is 18 and a half, and she turns to Pinterest for ideas tied to crafting. She has all kinds of crafts that she's into, but she's not a creator yet, which I'm encouraging her to be. And we'll get to that in a moment. But just one last question about the platform. How would you say Pinterest has shifted during the pandemic? Was it either in your strategy, how you build and maintain that platforms, or maybe on how people are posting differently compared to, say, in 2019?
Yes, great question. So it's been really interesting to see. I think we talked a little bit about the new audiences on the platform. So the Gen Z audience, they've really been they have this love for aesthetic. So they've been using the platform to really search. And I'd be so curious to see your daughter's boards of like cottagecore aesthetic, lovecore, fairycore aesthetic. So it's been really exciting to see these Gen Zs create their profiles in different boards in a way that we've never seen before. And then in addition to that, our company has really focused on creators, which we want to talk a lot more about because they're the linchpin between our pinner audience and our branded audience. And so we've really been doubling down on them and making sure that creators find success on the platform because that's really the pinner demand. So they have been so inspired by ideas, but now they can discover the people behind those ideas. And those most inspiring people in the world are our creators.
All right. So we're not just talking about new sourdough recipes since the start of COVID. Yeah, it's obviously a lot deeper than that. We're chatting with Colleen Stoffer, Global Head of Creator Marketing at Pinterest. We're now going to learn about Pinterest creators. So we have talked about that. So a pinner is someone who opens up Pinterest on, say, their phone or what have you, and they are inspired by ideas. Pinterest creators are those who share their ideas. And you had an event last week tied to Pinterest creators. Talk to us about that, please.
Yeah, we had such an exciting event last week. We announced the Creator Code. So the Creator Code is a set of guidelines. As you know, Pinterest is one of the last positive corners of the internet, and we want to and we need to keep our platform safe and positive and inspiring. And so the Creator Code is something that we created with creators, of course, and it's really a set of guidelines that every creator signs before they create content on our platform that are instilled in kindness, obviously being factual and accurate, avoiding triggers, practicing inclusion, and then doing no harm.
We're going to continue chatting about the Pinterest Creator Code when we return on Tech It Out.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We are chatting with Colleen Stoffer, Global Head of Creator Marketing at Pinterest, based in beautiful San Francisco, about the new Pinterest Creator Code, some rules that content creators on Pinterest should adhere to. Before the break, we heard about positivity and kindness and inclusivity. We had to take a short break, but please continue on that thought.
And so it's based around, kindness, inclusivity, positivity. And we've gotten such amazing feedback from both our creators and our pinners to ensure the content stays positive, inspiring, actionable. And so this code is that evolution of that. As we evolve as a platform and have more creators on the platform creating content, we want to make sure that content is positive and kind and safe.
Tell me about some of the Pinterest creators who attended your event virtually. And I understand there was also a fireside chat.
Yes. And one of my personal favorite people, Jonathan Van Ness, if you're not familiar with him, he's from Queer Eye, the show, of course, on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And he is, really exudes positivity. And he is an amazing creator on Pinterest. And so he sat down with our head of content and partnerships, Aya Kanai, who's our former editor-in-chief of Marie Claire. And we brought her on late last year as we started to think about this creator ecosystem. But Jonathan Van Ness is, he exudes positivity, and he was such a, crucial person as we created the creator code and got him involved. And he's been creating amazing content on Pinterest. So it was, the right time for us to, introduce this code and have him as a partner alongside us.
Awesome. As we wrap up, Colleen, is there anywhere that our listeners can go to see parts of that event that have been archived or learn more about those profiled Pinterest creators, as well as maybe getting more motivation for those to create on the platform too?
Absolutely. So we have our own Pinterest creators profile on Pinterest. So just when you go into Pinterest, search Pinterest creators, and on there you'll find all the creators that inspire us, some of their best content, and best practices for getting started as a creator. And then if you want to find more about the creator code itself, you can go to pinterestcreatorcode.com.
And I was going to ask you to wrap up, do you recommend people stick with the app, or is a website going to give you a comparable experience?
Yes, similar experience, mobile and web on Pinterest.com. And if you're a creator, we have our separate business.pinterest.com/creators, and that has all the best practices and tips and tutorials and guides. But you can just go straight into Pinterest.com and set up an account and get started and have fun and start saving and creating yourself.
And it is free to create on Pinterest, right?
100% free.
Okay. Colleen, great to chat with you. Colleen Stoffer has been our guest, Global Head of Creator Marketing at the company. Have a great spring. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. And I hope you continue to pin as well.
What a difference between a platform like Pinterest versus Twitter, which is anything but positive. Let's face facts here. I mean, I like Twitter. I often talk about my tech tip of the day, bits of advice that I share on social media. But wow, it's so much more toxic than a platform like Pinterest. But there you go. Speaking of my tech tips of the day, I've got a couple to share with you if you want to jot these down. If your printer has run out of black ink, if you change the font color on your printer to 010101, it will create the darkest gray on the spectrum. It'll look like black, but it only uses color cartridges. The color will look almost black, but it's comprised of 39% red, 39% green, and 39% blue. Another one is that if you have any of those spare binder clips, those large paper clips in your drawer, which I'm sure many of you do, they can be an effective way to organize all your cables. So you simply clamp them to the side of your desk or table, and then can each hold a different kind of cable, like a charging cable for your laptop, your smartphone, maybe an HDMI cable, an Ethernet high-speed internet cable, headphones or other kinds of audio, and more. So that's a great way of using those extra binder clips that you may have in your drawer. And one more tech tip of the day is to use an accented letter as part of your passcode. So on your smartphone, if you have to log into, say, some online account, hold down, for example, the N button, and you may get an N with an accent on top, for Spanish words and things like that. And that will really throw off anyone trying to guess your password. They won't think of alternate characters like that. Pretty cool, huh? If you like any of those kinds of tips, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube. My name is Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, Saltzman. Well, I hope you enjoyed this weekend's new Tech It Out show powered by ASUS. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. And again, check out their laptops. They're really, to me, the star of the show. Fantastic gear. And I'm recording this radio show right now on an Asus ZenBook laptop. Speaking of computers, don't forget to back up your important information. I always use Western Digital and SanDisk external drives to protect all of my files. You can even download free software from westerndigital.com that automatically backs up your important files to the drive for you. Have a great week ahead, everyone. Stay healthy, and I look forward to catching up with you next weekend on another episode of Tech It Out.